Good afternoon, Boston. We having a good day so far? Pretty amazing day. Start out this morning with the Dropkick Murphys. Hear a lot about different products, different solutions, and we are not done yet because I want to thank everybody for sticking around a little longer to listen about engagement and engaging our customers in a new era of connected service. I'm happy to be in Boston. My name is Mark Bloom. I direct strategy and operations for the Service Cloud. And I have spent almost the last 20 years working with organizations that are serving their customers. I've sat with agents. I've listened in on their phone calls. I've watched them on their desktops, moving back and forth between systems, trying to answer questions, trying to help their customers. I've worked with contact center supervisors, poring over those reports that day in and day out drive their business. I've talked with service executives. How do you make service a critical part of your organizational strategy? And we've seen a lot of changes in the last 20 years. Service has changed completely. How organizations service their customers has changed. And now we're really seeing a huge shift in the marketplace today because we've become a very connected world. And the way that we provide service in that connected world has to change. We have to keep up with our customers in this new era. So I'd like you to continue this journey with me. We want to talk today about what we envision for the future in delivering service in a connected environment and solutions that we have that can help you do that. Now, as always, before we start with that, we need to talk about that we will be talking about some forward-looking statements here in this presentation. I ask that you make all of your purchasing decisions based on currently available functionality. And if you'd like to see more information, you can find it on our website. So now that we've taken care of that, what I'd really like to start by is by saying thank you. Salesforce has seen some incredible growth since it has started. And especially in recent years, we've seen growth that has just exploded, and we are now the fourth largest enterprise software company in the world. And that is due to the incredible support and passion of our partners, our employees, and most importantly, our customers. This is what has allowed us, being driven by our customers, to do more, to make our platform bigger, stronger, to do more things, to help you interact better with your customers. And that drive has pushed us to this level. It's been a great ride, but we have a lot more to do. And today, I'd like to talk to you a little bit about what we see for the future of customer service, what's driving that future, and how we plan to respond to it by giving you the tools necessary to serve your customers in a whole new way. So when we look towards the future and what's driving and changing customers and the way that they expect things from you, the first thing that comes to mind is the new connected world that we live in. This is what is putting customers in the driver's seat to be able to have the power with the businesses that they interact with. Connected products, people connected to one another, companies collaborating with one another and with their customers. The whole concept of connection is changing the game. Now, what I really want to stress is this doesn't matter whether your products and services are connected. And some of you offer products to your customers that are connected, you interact with data, and that's fantastic. This clearly impacts you. But for everybody else, it's important to understand that our new connected world is changing the game for everybody because this connected world is raising the expectations of all of our customers. No matter what it is you're bringing to the market, your customers have a higher level of expectation because of the connected world. So let me give you an example. We can go back before there was all these connected applications and services. And I've traveled a lot in my career. I've spent a lot of time in different cities. And something that was always a struggle for me when I was in a strange city was finding a taxi cab. I'd be in a city I didn't know. Where can I even get a cab? And when I'd get to where that was, if I was lucky enough to get a taxi in time to get me to the airport, I considered that good service. Obviously, nowadays, there's a completely different model. And I'll give you an example. I was just on vacation in Asheville, North Carolina. Nice place to vacation to. We're sitting at a hotel, we're having dinner, and in the table right next to us, there was a couple and their children. I'm going to guess late 30s. The kids were like 4 and 5, something like that. And I could tell that the night before, that family had taken an Uber back to their hotel. And I could also tell that that was the first time that children had ever participated in an Uber transaction. And the reason that I know this is the kids spent the entire meal saying, please, can't we take an Uber tonight? Please, please, can't we take an Uber tonight? Please, I want to take an Uber, please. This is how it went for the entire dinner. And of course, the parents were trying to explain to them that this actually was their hotel, and they didn't need to take an Uber that evening. Now, these children, at a very early age, have identified that in order to get transportation, you pull out your phone, you push a button, and that taxi comes to you, compared to the experience that I had when I was becoming a consumer. Think of how much more demanding they are going to be when they enter the marketplace than I was when I became a consumer. It doesn't matter what your products and services are. The connected world are raising the expectations of all customers. And this is what you need to account for. Obviously, if you have connected products and services, you need to provide service and use the data that it provides you. But let's think about that customer, because they are in the driver's seat now. So if their expectations are higher, what is it that they're expecting? What is it that they want from us? And what they're looking for is a better customer experience. Our data is showing us that for the first time ever, customers are more concerned about the experience that they are having dealing with you as a company than they are about the products or even the price. Think about that. Used to be, if you had a good product that you were taking to market at a good price, that's all you needed to control your brand. Good product, good price, people will buy. This is now no longer the case. It's more than just the products, it's more than just the price. Customers are looking for a positive overall experience. Now, this is difficult to judge. What is a good experience? What does that mean? And it means different things to different people. When you think about experience, what has been a good experience for you? What do you see as a positive experience? There's emotional aspects to it. There's things that you remember. Okay, it develops over time. A good experience builds and it builds and it builds. And then it can be changed in a second. One bad situation can change an experience that's been developing for 10 years. And a lot of experience is based on expectation. Okay, there's an expectation of a particular level. If that expectation is met, we have a good experience. If it's not met, even slightly, it can be a bad experience. Now, you can imagine my expectation. I put my hat in the ring to come to this tour months ago when it was first broadcast. And here's what I was thinking. It's like it's right after opening day. Spring's going to be in the air. I want to be in Boston. My expectations weren't quite met as I arrived here. But that is a great example of there's so many aspects that may be outside the control of an organization when they're looking to provide an amazing experience. You need all the tools at your hand possible to be able to drive the experiences of your customers and maintain that positive experience. So it's easy. We've got these raised level of expectations, and all we have to do to meet that is to provide a good experience. Simple, right? Well, it's not so simple, especially when we look at the fact that most organizations are still using the same systems they used to serve their customers when they were using exclusively a 1-800 number to provide services to those customers. These services weren't built for speed. They weren't connected with their customers. They weren't even thinking about their own employees when they talked about providing service. Nowadays, customers and employees are expecting that service to be connected, to work with them, to work with their devices. They're expecting it to be fast. They're expecting it to be smart. They want the right answer the first time instead of being bounced around and continuing to have to try again. These are the expectations that they have. And they want personal experiences. Okay, personalized experiences will let them know they're dealing with someone who understands who they are. And if your systems can't provide that, then we need to look to new systems that can. And that is one of the things that we're very proud of when it comes to the Salesforce platform that has been built from the ground up. All of our clouds are built with an understanding that we need to put the customer first. Our customers need to be successful if we are going to be successful. So our platform delivers that. And across organizations, we're able to see that we can connect with customers in new ways, whether we're trying to sell to them or whether we're trying to maintain that experience when we're servicing them. We want to be mobile first. We want not only our customers to have mobile experiences, but we want you to be able to run your business from your phone. So as we look at the platform, we need to be able to deliver that. Those one-to-one journeys is the way that we personalize the experiences with our customers. If we know that a particular customer is on a particular path, we can better serve them, we can better keep our experiences with them at the highest possible level. And we need to be smart. We need to understand who our customers are. We need to use data. We need to use past best practices to be able to advise our customers, to be able to move them into the right direction. We need a platform that can provide service in this way. Wherever it is in your organization that you're trying to provide service, a platform that does that. And we feel very proud of the fact that we have introduced Service Cloud Lightning as a way for your organization to do exactly that. It's been built from the ground up to be connected, provide connected service. It's the #1 customer service solution in the world, because it provides that ability not only to be connected with your customers, but for your entire organization to be connected to provide amazing service and support. Fast. It's got to be fast. Your agents need to be super agents compared to what they have done years ago and today. There's faster expectations for the future. You need the tools to make that happen. Service has to be smart. Not only the people that are communicating directly with your customers, but your apps, your website needs to be able to provide smart services and great experiences to your customers. And that experience needs to be personalized. You need to know who you're communicating with. You need to use that 360-degree view that your organization has to be able to provide the right answer for that one person. We've been very pleased with the results that we've seen from our customers that are using the Service Cloud. And this is what our customers have done, not what the products themselves have done. We go out to our customers twice a year, and we want to see what are your results in some of the key metrics that drive service organizations. Very important metrics like customer retention. How much is it assisting in decreasing your support costs? Productivity of your agents, not only in reducing costs, but being able to sell more of what your organization takes to the market. And are you able to work faster? Resolve cases faster. And we've seen amazing results from our customers who have put these tools and solutions to use. And most importantly, the biggest metric that we look at when we talk about providing service is customer satisfaction. And we're very pleased with the increases that we've seen from our customers in this area as well. We also like to look to third parties that can provide us information about how our platform and how our service products are compared to the rest of the industry. And we're very proud of the fact that for the 6th year in a row, Gartner has placed us in the leadership position in their Magic Quadrant, being able to provide amazing customer experiences to our customers when you're working with your customers. We're very pleased about that. Now, before we go any further to have me talk more about the Service Cloud, I'd like to start with seeing what a customer has done in this whole concept of a connected world with journeys with their customers using smarter apps. So we've got a great example that we're going to take a look at with Intuit. So why don't we roll the Intuit video?
Our mission as a company is to help customers improve their financial lives so profoundly they can't imagine going back to the old way.
As a 30-year-old company, one of the things I love is the company was founded with a focus on the customer.
All of us at Intuit come to work every day to help our customers.
The care agents that are helping the customers, not long ago, they had tools, but they had many tools.
Our agents didn't really know the path customers had taken.
Well, what do they subscribe to? What's that particular circumstance? What's the knowledge base I should be using?
Having 9 CRM systems in the company was just terrible. About 3 years ago, we undertook a mission to do everything across Intuit service-oriented. The key partners in helping us do this is actually Salesforce.
Customer care is embedded in everything we do with the customer.
Our customers range from accountants to small business owners to individuals. It's very helpful for our agents to understand who those customers are when they contact us. A product like Service Cloud lets us understand our relationship with that customer.
We want to be there in those moments of truth for those small businesses. We need to be there with assisted support when they need us, where they need us, and in the channel they need us.
As an IT group now, we can focus our energy on producing great experiences for employees so they can create great experiences for customers.
Service Cloud is such a critical tool for our agents. They can't deliver an awesome experience unless they have one place to go where they have a 360 view of the customer.
We're now experimenting with new ways of providing service for customers, looking at video, looking at co-browsing, looking at ways of integrating data coming from the product into the Salesforce screens. We can see where the customer's been in the product. We can understand help topics they might have looked at so that we can give them contextually relevant help right away.
They know everything about the customer, so they can deliver the answers quickly. They are co-browsing, they are looking at the same feature, they're pointing at the same stuff, and they can actually talk about what's going on to get the question answered.
It's reassuring for customers if an agent can essentially hold their hand through the problem, using a technology like SOS to show them in the product where to look.
That is like somebody sitting right next to you, helping you answer your question.
Customers are much happier at the end because they've had a more human interaction with that agent. With Salesforce, we're using technologies here to continue to create connections between those agents and between those customers.
To have that information and be able to help them is so rewarding, and that makes the difference.
Now, it is some interesting timing. There's a lot of busy professionals in this room. You may need the help of Intuit's TurboTax in the next week or so if you're getting a little bit behind. Okay, so let's move forward then. Let's take a look at these 4 chapters of customer service that we'd like to read through today. We talked, number 1, about connected service. The second being faster service and that ability to respond quickly. Smarter service and more personalized service. So let's start with connected service. We talked about it's difficult to really relay the impact and the growth and explosion of connected products. We're now looking at hundreds of billions of dollars of connected products that are currently being sold. And customers expect that we're going to take advantage of those connections and help to provide them with better service. So the platform that we provide has to be able to do that. It has to be a connected platform, one built from the ground up to be able to provide that type of service, to be able to use data, to be able to provide analytics and solutions to our customers, putting the customer in the center of all that, regardless of which channel that they want to communicate with, regardless of how they want to interact with us. It's got to be able to provide that faster, smarter, more personalized service. And now we need to go one step further. A lot of times, conventionally, when we're thinking of customer service, we're thinking the contact center, we're thinking of providing assistance to people that are contacting us. Obviously, there's many times when we as an organization have to go to the customer. So we are very pleased to be able to announce the launch of Field Service Lightning, where now the Service Cloud can be utilized to drive those use cases where you need to go to your customers, to service them in the field. Connect to your entire workforce, whether they be internal, whether they be your contact center, or whether they be technicians or other representatives of your company in the field. Use all of the tools to make sure that they're intelligently routed and dispatched to serve the needs of your customers. And make sure that you have the reporting and analytics that comes with the Service Cloud platform to be able to manage those resources and make decisions when you're leading these organizations. So what I'd now like to do is bring up one of our customers to talk about how they are working in this connected environment. So can we please have a hand for Chris Lavoie from Planet Fitness? Chris? First of all, thank you for joining us, Chris. And before we get started, can I make sure that everybody understands, who we're talking about? Can you tell us a little bit about your role and what Planet Fitness does?
Sure. So I'm Chris Lavoie. I'm the Vice President of Information Systems at Planet Fitness. My job there is to introduce and evolve enterprise business systems for our customers, which we have 2 customers. It's our franchisees and our members, and for our employees as well. In Planet Fitness, a lot of you are likely familiar with Planet Fitness. In the Northeast, where we want to deliver high value, low cost fitness to the masses, so that anybody on their journey to good health and fitness can do so in a non-intimidating, judgment-free environment.
Sounds good. Now, in that type of model, what challenges do you see serving your customers?
Well, our franchisees are independently owned and operated organizations, so the model is the same. It's consistent from one location to the next, but they are, again, independently owned and operated. So facilitating a really good interaction between the franchisor and the franchisee is one challenge that we're working on. And our belief is that by having a good, strong experience and interaction with our franchisees, we serve the member as well and deliver them an equally valuable experience.
Sounds interesting. Now, how do you use the Service Cloud to help make that happen?
Service Cloud is primarily focused for our internal departments, and really they're managing each of those franchisee engagements, whether it's club openings or site selection for real estate, construction and development. There's all of those different components are on Service Cloud, and we use community as our window to facilitate that conversation with our franchisees.
Amazing, amazing. So what's next then? What do you see? Where do you see trying to take that level of service in the future?
Service Cloud has a lot to offer. We're relatively early on in our journey. We've done a lot, but there's still more to do. So we continue to evolve the platform or involve our use of the platform with all of the different departments and all of the different franchise engagement processes and that we have to work through. And then from there, I think we just continue to expand community, expand to make that interaction with our franchisees frictionless, and eventually drive toward a more connected member through that.
Sounds good. Well, Chris, thank you very much for coming and sharing with us today. Let's hear a hand for Chris from Planet Fitness. Thank you. Okay, so connected environment, working in that type of environment. Chris working with franchisees and other members and customers that they have to serve. Now, how can we do that faster? Right, again, those expectations are that service is going to be provided immediately, faster. Customers expect to be put on hold when they call. In fact, 85% of customers are experiencing being put on hold because the agents didn't know how to respond or what to tell them. They need the tools to be able to do a better job at that. And that is why we see the Lightning Console as the best solution for your agents. The Lightning Console is optimized to be able to provide your agents the best experience possible, to be productive, to have tools, all the tools that they need to answer the questions of your customers right in front of them in a single interface. Let's not be switching back and forth. Let's put it all into a single window. And we'll be showing you a little bit of that in a few minutes. We also have the ability to embed analytics directly into that console. So the Lightning Console comes able to add Wave Analytics as components to give your agents information and insights that they've never had before. It's an amazing tool to allow your agents to perform faster service. Now, one of the companies that we've been working with for some time and has provided an amazing level of service utilizing these tools is Stanley Healthcare. So to take a look at some of the things that they're doing with it, I'm going to introduce Amanda West from Service Cloud Marketing to take us through that. Amanda?
Great. Thanks, Mark. Well, I'm excited to be back in my hometown. Boston is a great city. I love it here. It's a center of healthcare, and Stanley Healthcare, they are revolutionizing the industry. They've created these connected devices. It's called these Hugs Wi-Fi tag. It connects mothers to the newborns the instant they're born and tracks their location at all times, ensuring their safety. And they also have this patient flow system. It's pretty neat. It tracks not only doctors and nurses, but even equipment. So as I was growing up here, my mom was a pediatrics nurse, and she told me the hospital environment, it was chaotic. She was always running from one room to the next. Any edge that those doctors and nurses could get was critical. And that's what Stanley Healthcare, they're doing for their customers. So right now we can take a look and we can see Erin's Lightning Console. Erin is a customer care agent at Stanley. She can see all of our open cases for the day. When she logs on to Omni-Channel, she's immediately pushed the most important case that requires her attention. Now, what I'm going to say next is important. She has everything she needs on a single screen in a single system. Think about your agents. How many screens do they have? How many systems? Is it 10? 15? Wouldn't it be nice if they had one? Well, since Erin has the Service Cloud Lightning Console, she has one system. She knows that that Hugs Wi-Fi tag, it's triggered a case. She also knows that the case is coming in from that hospital, and she can see all the different Stanley products that the hospital has. She notices a second alert coming in from that patient flow system, but she needs to first focus her attention on that first case, that Hugs Wi-Fi. So she moves her attention to that center of her screen, and she reviews that case feed. It's all the conversations between Stanley and that hospital. And I want you guys to think about, what was your last customer service interaction like? They probably asked for your full name, your phone number, and the next question was probably, how can I help you? Wouldn't it be great and nice if they already knew? Well, with a case feed, Erin already has complete context of all the conversations with the hospital so that the hospital doesn't have to repeat themselves. Now, on the upper right, you can see that milestone ticker. It's ticking away, and she knows the amount of time she needs to close out that case. She also has real-time service analytics right below. And here she notices a high amount of alerts coming in from that connected device for check tag tightness. And she knows this can happen sometimes when hospitals are new to this technology. So she wants to go ahead and send out some training material and also schedule training there. And she does it all with a macro. So this is a great agent productivity tool. What would have taken Erin 9 steps to send the materials and schedule that training is now taking 1. Software, it should be simple. It should be easy. It should be intelligent. But we all know that's not the case. And Macros is a great agent productivity tool that helps your companies close those cases faster than ever before. So now that that case is closed, she's going to move back to that second alert. She's going to take a look at that patient flow system that's tracking the movement of the staff as well as equipment. It can even tell hospitals how long you've been in that waiting room, as well as is your equipment ready for your treatment. So because she's using that Lightning console, she knows that the battery, it needs to be replaced. And this battery, it's not like that typical battery in your TV remote control. It requires a field tech to go out and change it. And with the new field service Lightning, she can schedule that tech without even leaving the console. She can open up a work order, put in the date and the time she needs that work to be completed. She can also include the parts necessary to close out that job in a single visit. So she's going to go ahead and book that technician next. And with the field service Lightning, it intelligently suggests the best time, the best field tech based on availability, location, and also skill set. So another important person in this story is a field service dispatcher. You can think of her as an air traffic controller. So here we're taking a look at all her techs out there in the field. She can view all of her jobs for the day. She can even see that work order that Erin just opened. And if she clicks on that map view, she can actually follow the journey of that field tech right into that hospital to change that battery. But wait a minute, the dispatcher just received a text message. He's caught up in a little Fenway traffic, so she needs to find a new tech to take over that job. So she drags and drops that work order to a new tech, somebody who's available and close by. So now that we scheduled that work order, she's going to change that status to dispatched. So let's check in and see how that new field tech is doing. So as you can imagine, that field tech spending most of his day on the road, and so that means that his mobile devices, they're critical for him. And since Field Service Lightning is integrated with Salesforce 1, he has everything he needs right at his fingertips. He can tap on that work order. He can see all the parts needed for the job. He can even check out schematics to replace that battery. And as soon as he replaces that battery, he can go ahead and he can close out that job right from his phone and even sign off. And that's how Service Cloud is delivering fast and intelligent service to hospitals worldwide. Back to you, Mark.
Thank you, Amanda. It's amazing some of the things that Stanley is doing. So now when we look to smarter experiences, we have to look at the way people are spending their time, the way people are trying to get things done in this new connected world. And where people are spending time is on their phones. But they're not talking on their phones. They're not having phone calls. They're spending their time on apps that reside on their phone. The huge majority of time that people spend with that little thing in their hand is on apps. That's how they're used to working. That's how they're used to communicating. So it's very important that you be able to provide service through those same apps that people have adopted so well. Now, we need some tools in the background to help make that happen. And the first thing is communication within your organization has to be intelligently routed and distributed, knowing who's available and who the best resource to help is. Whether someone is tapping on their app and asking for help, calling in, or there's work that is generated within an organization that needs to be distributed. And that's where Service Cloud Lightning's Omni-Channel presence and routing is critical. This is the engine, this is the brains behind how work is distributed across your organization, whether it be contacts from your customer or internal work that needs to be done, such as following up on a lead or opportunity within your organization. This is intelligent routing. Let's not just send it to the person who's been available for the longest. Let's send it to the right resource that can answer it the fastest, the first time. That's why we need real-time presence to know who is busy, who is there, who is available, who can help, who is the right resource. And we need to make it all seamless. That person calling doesn't need to know how everything is being routed. What they're concerned about is getting in touch with the right resource the first time. Then we need to be able to take analytics to give us all some more insights. And the Service Wave app does that. It provides the ability not only to give your agents some insights, but for the leadership of your organization to be able to see how resources are functioning and achieving. It's analytics for managers, it's analytics for your agents. And it's native to the Service Cloud. So the functionality is able to dig in and slice and dice the data that you need in real time. It's an amazing application. We're seeing great results with it in the field. And finally, let's talk about that personalized service, on how we can deliver an experience that's unique to the person that needs it. Okay? And this is critical because of the ability, the mobility that your customers have in moving from one brand to the next. We need to be able to identify them and help them in context if we're going to keep that loyalty. The first thing we want to do, as I've said, is where we're seeing major adoption is within applications. Your applications, not our applications. Customers are using your apps to use your products and services and to interact with you. So we want to take the power of the Service Cloud and allow you to embed it into your applications, into your website. We see that in things like live chat or SOS, which is real-time video streaming back and forth between you and your customers. But let's extend that to everything. Let's extend it to your knowledge application. Can we make that available to your customers through your apps, through your website? Case management. All the power that you have in the Service Cloud can be made available to your customers through your applications. And that is a great way to develop one-to-one connections with your customers. Because many of your customers are logging in. They're telling you who they are. Now let's take that information and provide an amazing journey, an amazing experience for them. And of course, we have to understand that not everybody wants help from you to solve their problems. Some people want to solve the problems on their own, either because of the time or that's their channel of preference, or they like solving the problems on their own. They want to be able to search for an answer themselves, find it, and quickly put it into action. So we need to have solid self-service tools. We also have situations where the best person to answer a customer's question is another customer. Your customers are out there doing amazing things with your products, just like you are doing amazing things with the Salesforce platform. We want to provide you the ability so that those customers can interact and help one another. So Communities is an amazing solution that works right alongside Service Cloud Lightning to be able to provide those capabilities, those experiences to your customers. It's mobile. They can take advantage of it wherever they happen to be, whether it's on the train on the way home or on their desktop in their office or at home. Provides the ability to be very personalized. You can log into communities, people can communicate, they can create their own personas, and we can know who they are. We can help identify and reward those people that are participating strongly in these types of solutions. And we need it to be seamless so that it works right alongside all the other power in serving your customers that currently sits in Service Cloud Lightning. So we're very happy that we're able to provide that as a part of these solutions. And templates allow communities to get up and running fast, immediately, so that your customers can receive that service. So if we wrap it all together, the right tools, the right platform can provide your organization the ability to bring all these together. It's very difficult to provide an amazing customer experience when you're only focusing on one or two of these. Your journey has to start, and you have to start somewhere. But it's important when you're making a plan of how you can service your customers that you're taking all of these into account. Are you able to provide connected service to those customers? Is it fast? Is it fast to meet those rising expectations of consumers? Is it smart? Can we get the right answer the first time? And are we able to do it in a personalized way? And I really want to wrap this up by giving another example of rewinding to a time when there weren't connected products and devices that were driving expectations with our customers. Now, when I was young, when I thought of a song that I wanted to hear, I would go to a radio and turn it on. And I would wait for that song to play. If I was lucky, it would play quickly. If I wasn't so lucky, I'd be there all day. That was my only option. Now, my daughter walks around. She has a connected device in her pocket. And she has hundreds of songs from iTunes, millions of songs available through streaming services like Spotify. When she thinks of a song, she's listening to it in 5 seconds. And if she gets halfway through the song and thinks of a different song, she switches to that one. Again, I want you to imagine how much more demanding of a consumer is she going to be than I was. This is everybody's business. It's your business. It's your customers. Have the right tools and platform to make them successful and deliver amazing experiences to them. Now, you can continue this journey here today. If you have not had the opportunity, go to the product showcase. Put your hands on, see some of the demos of these different products. We've seen a little taste here, but there's more that you can look at across the suite of the Service Cloud and other Salesforce products as well as a part of the customer success platform. Talk to your account executive about some of the things that we can do and work with your organization to help you provide better experiences to your customers. ServiceCloud.com has some amazing customer stories, best practices, and solutions that our customers have put into place to provide those types of amazing experiences to their customer. And Trailhead is obviously something that's become incredibly popular very quickly to give you the experience that you need to use Salesforce solutions to make your customers enjoy their experiences with you. These are all areas that you can visit, and we encourage you to do so. And the last thing that I'll ask of you is that if you can go to the registration desk and fill out an evaluation form, you can have a record of your visit here to the Boston World Tour with a t-shirt. We'd really like the feedback on the event and how your day has been here. But aside from that, I will thank you all for your time. We really appreciate you taking some time to learn more about the Service Cloud and the world's #1 customer success platform. Have a great rest of your day.